realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see?
God damn.
Man. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, man? How is everybody doing? Welcome to another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. This is episode 206 of the podcast, man. Welcome to episode 206 of the news, man. What is going on, everybody? We are back. Like I said, man, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here live after Monday Night Raw with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are live with the news, man. And if you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, that is... golly,
This fucking guy.
I do it every week, bro, and I make like the thumbnails. I don't get it, bro. If you guys did miss that, That is TKO finally letting Cody Rhodes stand up to The Rock. You know what, man? I think literally every time I say, if you guys missed this past episode, Monday's episode of Unscripted, every single unscripted thumbnail that has ever been made starts running through my head. And I say, oh shit, which one was this past Monday? So, if you guys did miss episode 187, that is TKO finally letting Cody stand up to The Rock. That is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Monday after Monday Night Raw for Notorious Unscripted, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to pick up some of the hottest merch in the IWC, the hottest merch in the game, that is available for you guys on bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video. You got all 8 of these beautiful designs on there for you guys, man. Plus more. You got the Chicago flag design. You got the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie inspired design, the base logo design, the Riddler inspired IWC's best kept secret design, the Notorious World Order design, the Grand Slam, the Scratch logo, and the only community that matters. You got all 8 of these beautiful designs plus more available for you guys on the merch shop. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Just waiting for WrestleMania coming up soon, dude. So I can't wait. It's gonna be a fun weekend, man. It's gonna be a weekend, and it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. Other than that, I'm just chilling out, man. Like Durante, always ask, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, man. The family's good. How are you doing, Durante, man? How about you, Bell? Logan, how is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing in the replay? And what about you, bro? How are you doing?
Doing all right, bro. Doing all right, man. Us Chicagoans seen some snow today.
I know.
So that was something. We seen some snow today, man. So yeah, that was definitely something I didn't expect, for sure. Being that we're at the end of March, almost beginning of April, but I guess the only thing that's sure about Chicago weather is that nothing is ever sure about Chicago weather.
Shit just happens.
It really does, bro. But other than that, man, just getting ready for Easter, man, getting ready for WrestleMania weekend, man. So that's all that good stuff, bro. All that good stuff. So, but yeah, bro. Other than that, man, nothing too much going on, dude. Just kind of, yeah, like I said, just waiting on Easter, bro. Getting ready for all that good stuff. Getting ready for
Oh, shit.
WrestleMania and stuff. So 4-year anniversary of the podcast, bro. So very, very, very. You know, Logan, I don't think that's a controversial take at all.
I really don't. They're just doing weird shit.
Yeah, in fact, bro, I think you absolutely ran away with that one. I think it's not even close. I think the main, we'll get to what Logan said in just a second, but let me get to Durante first. As Durante always asks, I'm good, family's good, and what about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, Pops, how the hell is everybody doing, man? And welcome to episode 206, bro. So Logan says in the chat, Manager Logan, you guys know Logan, we love Logan. He says, might have a controversial take. I think last year's WrestleMania build was better than this year's. Yeah, like I said, bro, that, to me, is not controversial at all. But what do you think, Sir K?
I definitely think...
You liking the build to the biggest WrestleMania of all time?
Not really, man. It's alright. Like, on paper, it should be phenomenal, but the way they're doing it, it ain't, bro. I mean, Cody and Rock are, chopping it up more than Cody and Roman. The match in the main event for night 2, the main night, doing weird shit with the U.S. title and that whole circle. Just a bunch of weird, random shit, dude. They're choosing the wrong type of matches for the wrong people a lot this year. I don't know why.
Bro, see, here's the thing. I want to talk on what Sir K mentioned about The Rock and Cody Rhodes chopping it up more than Cody and, Roman. Um, Bro, it almost seems like Rock and Cody is the fucking main event match of night 2. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, last year, bro, and this is why I constantly preach for people to like appreciate an era when we're in it. And not that that era is over. I still think we're in, whatever era we're in right now. I know people like to call it the Renaissance era. I personally fuck with that name very much so. I love the Renaissance era because that's what it is. It's a renaissance of WWE. It really is. But see, that's why I constantly preach for people to appreciate times when we're in them, because last year, bro, when people were finding every little thing to complain about and people were like nitpicking the fuck out of everything going into WrestleMania, that's why I constantly called, that out as bullshit, because what we were getting is so special, and it seems like now people are starting to give that their flowers. Give last year's WrestleMania was so good, but in the moment, everybody wanted to nitpick every little thing about it, but that's why I constantly preached it, and just appreciating the time that we were in, because, dude, I've never seen a WrestleMania in my lifetime, and I've watched 23 all the way up, where a lot of the stuff on the show was like just so obviously mainly talking about the bloodline stuff, dude. I've never seen something going into WrestleMania that was just so fucking rich in story. Like so rich, bro. Like it wasn't a show, should be, criticized to, the little tiny details of it, because it was a great time, and you know maybe everybody didn't like, and that's okay, maybe everybody didn't like the exact direction they went with each character, but at the end of the day, it was still something you could sink your teeth into. Like, for example, we sat here last year and said Sami Zayn should be getting a world title match. I pitched Roman Reigns defending the titles on both nights. That was my idea. And a lot of other people's as well. A lot of other people wanted to see that. But the thing was, even though we didn't get that, I still got something I could sink my teeth into and really be invested into, like, the story of Jey Uso eventually turning on Sami Zayn, the story of Sami Zayn getting fucking beat up by the Bloodline until Kevin Owens came to his defense. Like, it was so rich in story. It was so rich in story, and this year, it just seems like everything's centered, and let me know how you guys feel about this too. It seems like everything's centered around The Rock. To me,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it seems like. He gets fucking 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes in the beginning of SmackDown, and everybody else is just fucking on the team, waiting for their number to get called. And that's, to me, what annoys it for me. I mean, you are double main eventing a show with bloodline stuff that does not need to be double main eventing the show for a second year in a row. Last year, we got bloodline story that people were actually into. You know what I mean? Double main eventing. It called for it. This year, I guarantee you fucking 97 out of 100 fucking people would tell you that they could do without a Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth tag match for night 1.
Oh, it's so fucking. It's literally only here because The Rock is here. No, variation of something like that would have happened without him being here, and it makes it totally pointless.
Sir, it really does. It really does, and that's how it looks, man. I mean, the like. Oh, sorry, I don't know why my Siri's going off. What was I saying? Oh, like I always say, the proof is in the pudding, bro. Just watch the show. Like The Rock and all that stuff centered around him is so fucking just it's such a centerpiece, and it just looks like it's the only thing they care about. And that's the thing, bro, and that's the thing. It does feel a little bit like we're just going for the bigger match over the bigger story, you know. Now, if you ask this to Liv Morgan fans, I would have to disagree with the Liv Morgan fans. But I didn't really think Liv and Rhea's much of a big story myself. Anyway, different story for a different day. So on to that point. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the things that people wanted to see, we're not seeing, just so WWE can slot a bigger star into that position. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, who would have ever thought Sami Zayn would have main evented a WrestleMania? You know, you put him in that spot to see how he does. You know, fucking let him, give him some wiggle room, bro. It's like, if WWE would have just looked at, if they, like the whole Sami Zayn thing, if they would have just looked at him as, well, we can't put the tag team match in the main event because we don't see a guy like Sami Zayn as a WrestleMania main eventer, where would that have gotten you? The fucking best match on night one would have been in the middle of the show because WWE has narrow eyes. No, what did you do? You took a chance. You let the guy main event because it was the bigger story and he called for it. And look what happened. That was probably one of the greatest fucking that was one of the greatest tag team matches I've ever fucking seen. The amount of emotional investment in that was fucking like no other.
Exactly. Like, look at what they're doing with the Bailey story right now. Who's talking about it? Well, why no one's talking about it? Because fucking most of SmackDown is just The Rock. He's taking up the whole fucking show.
He really does, bro. He really does. And yeah, man, I don't know. And then, you know, you look at other situations, bro. You look at, you know, the tag team title situation. I know a lot of people wanted to see the Awesome Truth. You know, I guess just me personally, the Awesome Truth going against the Judgment Day, I could have done without it, but at the same time, I also could have done with it because I understand that there's a lot of story there and it's WrestleMania, right? We're supposed to be rich in story, and I would have understood, you know, it being rich in story. And then you look at the, you know, the Gunther situation. You know, a lot of people wanted Chad Gable, and it almost just seems like they went with Sami Zayn because he was the bigger name. You know what I mean? And it's like, I love Sami. I think Sami, I love Sami so much that I can say that Sami Zayn should not be going after the Intercontinental Championship in this stage of his career. That's past him. He's a WrestleMania main eventer. He's one of WWE's main event caliber guys. He's the fucking man. And how you don't look at him and say, that's the guy we need to build to a world championship, I don't understand it, bro. But I understand if you want to tell some story with Gunther, but dude, this is WrestleMania. You know, this is the time where you put out your biggest stories, not when you put back your biggest stories because you want to do something bigger. That's just the way I look at it, and it seems most of you do as well. But I don't know, man. Last year's yeah, not a controversial take at all, Manager Logan, bro. That is, last year's absolutely fucking blows this one out of the water easily.
And other shit this year that kind of annoyed me, like they didn't do the DIY win to go with the Judgment Day versus Truth match, and then they just make it the fucking ladder match. Like, we might as well had DIY win at that point. Because at the end of the day, I think you're wasting the ladder match on the tag team match instead of the U.S. title match. It's just a bunch of weird, random decisions, and it's just going, you know what? Let's just switch it up and go with this instead. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and see, the thing with Triple H, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't blame Triple H for the whole Rock stuff. Everything else, I absolutely blame him for, because I don't believe the Rock is sitting there, depicting everything on WrestleMania, saying, "Oh, we can't have Chad Gable. No, we can't have Awesome Truth." I don't think I think he cares about himself, and I think he cares about only himself. So I'll blame The Rock for everything that's going on with all this like Bloodline, Cody, Seth stuff. But everything else, I'm looking right at fucking Paul Levesque, bro, because nobody else back there cares enough about wrestling. You know what I mean? They don't even care about the fucking business. The Rock sure in the fuck doesn't, and we'll get to him in just a second. But The Rock, Dwayne is there for Dwayne. Triple H is the only guy there that gives a fuck about the wrestling business. So I'm looking right at Triple H when it comes to this Gunther, the tag match, and also, is it just me, or 12 guys in a ladder match? Bro, is it just me, or is that match gonna be like fucking jam-packed?
Oh, I feel like it's gonna be a hot fucking mess. I feel like it is. It's gonna feel like a classic WWE, like a massive multi-man match where it's just a whole bunch of fuck going on. And how is it gonna work with those titles? Are they gonna put both sets of titles up there? How many do you have to unhook to win the match? Because if you gotta unhook at least 2 of those motherfuckers, that's a task. Let alone 4 of those motherfuckers. How you doing it? You gonna have 2, and maybe one can win one, and another team can win the other, and it's kind of like a weird, different type of match? I'd be okay with that at this point. I'd like that more than just a traditional one. I have no idea how they're doing this. And they're kind of hitting a classic Tony Khan without explaining what's going on, how it's all going to work.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, Triple H absolutely fucking showed up and showed out last year, bro. When it comes to majority of the card. But dude, this year, I don't know. It's like the excitement is just not there like it was last year. It was just something was just special. Something was just so special about last year. It really was. But other than that, man, speaking of Dwayne, SE Scoops. They came out with a piece of news this week that absolutely shook everybody up. Everybody's got their own opinions about this. Some people say he's The Rock. He can do whatever he wants. Some people say he should play by the rules. But let's see what they're talking about, man. Let's see what they're talking about. So, SEC Scoops say they can exclusively report that a recent memo emphasized that the need for talent to follow PG guidelines on TV and social media. Despite this, The Rock's use of profanity in a recent promo has raised questions among talent about double standards. They wonder why he's allowed to curse while others aren't. Trademark filing reveals top act may be getting ready to explore options outside. Oh, okay, never mind. That was just a part of... Jesus, gotta love wrestling journalism, bro. In the middle of this article, they throw a story in about a talent filing trademarks, because they're leaving TNA in the middle of a fucking Rock article.
Dude, none of these
like what? Who wrote this article, bro? Okay, anyways. All right. So I am told that Nick Khan Paul Levesque and Dan Ventrell sent out a memo the other week about how talent needs to adhere to PG guidelines on TV and also on social media. The Rock, like most things in his life at this point, is getting a bit of special treatment. Damn, somebody in this fucking... So whoever wrote this article don't like The Rock. WWE is under the TKO banner and a publicly traded company. They also need to adhere to PG guidelines. That being said, there seems to be an exception that is getting under some talent's skin. I was told The Rock's viral promos where he kept cursing, including opening up his social media this week with "Are you fucking kidding me?" about Cody, rubs some people the wrong way. There seems to be a feeling that there is a double standard in WWE because we're talking about Dwayne Johnson here. It seems that The Rock is able to get away with dropping every flowery profanity he wants on social media, while the rest of the roster are wearing PG handcuffs. I was additionally told that the talent are asking why The Rock is getting a pass. I was told that the thinking is that if he is a big movie star, shouldn't everyone play by the same rules so he can curse and use that to get over, but everyone else is handcuffed? Question mark. End quote. The Rock will also wrestle alongside Roman Reigns in a tag match at WrestleMania 40, but that was not the match he wanted. He wanted a singles match against Roman, but now he will face Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in a tag team match. Dwayne Johnson's original plan had to shift, and we exclusively covered that story as it unfolded as well. The Rock is also getting a huge hand in the induction of his grandmother, Leah Maivia, in the 2024 Hall of Fame. Man, they're really digging into him, bro. They're really making me hate his guts while I'm reading this. So
the motherfuckers do not like his ass, bro.
The Rock is also a member of the TKO board. That is something that people have brought into this storyline, and it makes more sense for them to shoot on it because it is the reality of the situation. He is obviously afforded certain privileges. The Rock will remain a member of the TKO board. His seat also came with a $30 million payday and a WrestleMania match. He may come back for another match, but he will have to work it into his Hollywood schedule. Wow.
And he wanted to win the title. And
Bro.
he only
Man.
God. So he's, for a side note, he's under contract to just have a Mania match, probably per year, I could see, or like if he wants to that year, obviously. And he was gonna win the title, and we probably weren't gonna see that motherfucker until at least Royal Rumble.
So, oh my God, don't say that, bro. You're probably right. All right, bro. So, here's the thing that annoys me about this whole article.
Okay.
He wanted this. He wanted this. He can do this. He can do this. Okay, here's the thing. WWE talent can't curse on live television. Understandable.
Yeah.
The Rock,
American TV.
The Rock gets bleeped out every, couple words on SmackDown. He almost curses so much on SmackDown, it's fucking nauseating to listen to. So here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about, I see people saying he could do what he wants because he's The Rock, right? Are you back for The Rock, or are you back to help the company? Because, and I think we all know the answer to this, but let me cook here. Okay. You're back. You're back, right? You are using profanity that nobody else can use. And you can say it's because they need to adhere to PG guidelines. I think another half of it, he doesn't want these guys going out on social media and fucking roasting him the way they roast, or the way he fucking goes at them, because his ego can't take it. And he can't take people talking about how he's a failure in Hollywood. He can't take how people talking about how fucking Black Adam flopped. He can't take people talking about how his fucking football league, everything the guy's been involved in, flopped, right? He can't take people talking about that. If they can't curse on television, I get that. On social media, get the fuck out of here. You're telling me these guys can't go on their social media page and fucking curse. Meanwhile, you got this guy going out there talking about his mom, his dog, his family, all this shit, his father, his brother, his sister, his wife, his fucking daughter, whatever, right? That lets me know right there, you are back to make Dwayne look good, and you don't give a shit about anybody else, because if you were there to help the company, you would play by the rules, so everybody eats. Everybody eats. That's the thing about your cousin's WWE. That man sits at the head of the table, and everybody else fucking eats. Look at last year's WrestleMania. It's the fucking hottest time in WWE. Everybody was sitting at that table fucking eating. Everybody was fucking appetized. Everybody. This year, fucking Rock sitting at the head of the table, and everybody's fucking starving.
Like last year, yeah, did I think Sammy should have gotten a world title? Yes. And he didn't, and guess what? He still got a title, and he was still in the main event of night one. He still, it wasn't the exact portion I wanted him to eat, but he still fucking ate. Everyone was eating.
Exactly.
And with it's not even, it's also, obviously, like you said about, people, coming at him and roasting the fuck out of him because they would cook his ass. But it's also people outshining him. If everyone's allowed to curse on social media, half that roster will be doing funny, more interesting shit than he is, and all attention would go to them. I remember right before, I think the reason they really sent that email out, because a lot of those guys started talking crazy on Twitter. Drew was talking crazy on Twitter. I remember Dijak was talking crazy on Twitter, and it was interesting, and people were getting views, they were getting likes. I don't think Dwayne was a fan of that.
No, I don't think he was either, and it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Again, are you here because, are you here because you made wrestling hot again? I know he thinks that, but newsflash, you're not. Wrestling was fucking hot since fucking Royal Rumble 2023, okay? That was the day fucking WWE and professional wrestling came back on the fucking map. That was the day WWE stamped their fucking flag back down, okay? You are back because professional wrestling is hot, okay? So you come back to help the company. You don't fucking come back to... Look at CM Punk. People say, oh, Punk is soft. Punk let Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins absolutely cook his fucking life. And Cody Rhodes as well. And what did he do? He went right fucking back at him. And the
cry like a little fucking bitch.
And The Rock is such a big star, he can say things back to these guys in his defense. If they say Black Adam fucking flopped or a failure in Hollywood, fucking all Rock can say back is something like, oh, well, where's your fucking Hollywood induction? Especially to a guy like Cody, who tried to dip his fucking foot in Hollywood when he was in AEW, and it fucking sucked.
Exactly, and look at Drew. Drew is doing everything Rock thinks he's doing. That man Drew is fucking hilarious with his fucking roast. Fucking making the Punk quote of the media scrum, like that's the shit I want to see. That's what Rock thinks he's doing, and he's not doing that at all. And he's probably jealous.
Dude, you are back because it's the safe bet. Because it's a safe bet now because WWE's on the map now. Now you want to come back because WWE's hot again. Where the fuck were you when the company fucking was hot garbage? that, again, lets me know who you're back for. You're not back to help the company. You're not back to bring the fucking business to new heights like your cousin was doing. You're back to fucking, like Cody said in his promo on Monday, you're back for the PR. You're back because you fucking want to, I don't know, you want to feel like a big star. And that's all fucking fans are blinded by. That's all they're blinded by is the nostalgia of The Rock. It's The Rock. He could do whatever he wants. He's The Rock. He could say this. He could say that. Bro, when you are up here and everybody else is fucking down here, that's a problem. Again, let's go back to last year. Your cousin up here. Maybe everybody was below him, but it wasn't by that much. This Roman Reigns was here, everybody else was here. This year we're looking like this. Come on, bro. Again, when Roman sat at the fucking head of this table into the Mania build last year, there wasn't a motherfucker that went fucking starving. Unless your name is Bobby Lashley, then you starve. But this year, everybody is fucking starving, bro. Everybody is fucking digging their nails into the tablecloth. They're so fucking hungry. I'm fucking hungry. Okay? And I'm not even a part of the fucking WrestleMania build. But you get my point. Bro. Again. I get you can't let these guys go on national television and fucking drop a bunch of F-bombs. I get it. But on social fucking media, that's where I got that's where I got a problem with this shit. Because that lets me know right there, you care so much about your ego and how you look. It's almost like he doesn't want the same mistakes to happen to him twice. What happened back in 2012? John Cena, CM Punk, flaming this man. It's almost like he stayed away from WWE for so long because he couldn't take it. He couldn't fucking take it, right? He comes back to WWE. What do you think was probably the main thing on his plate that he wanted to get taken care of? I don't want anybody fucking doing me the way that fucking John Cena and CM Punk did. Talking about promos on the wrist, talking about fucking CM Punk, talking about I don't give a shit about your candy asses and your catchphrases. Fuck your catchphrases. CM Punk was cooking him. John Cena was cooking him. It's almost like he didn't want history to repeat itself. And that's what I think this is. And that's my main problem with this. I don't fucking understand the argument of The Rock's a big star at all. Yeah, if he's a big star, he should be using his star power to elevate everybody. Not just himself. That's what makes great people great. That's what makes Roman Reigns fucking great. That's what makes John Cena great. I mean, granted, John Cena, back in his heyday, could pull out the golden shovel, don't get me wrong. But, you get my point. That's what makes a guy like Roman Reigns fucking great. He's fantastic, and he fucking elevates everybody else with him. You're supposed to use your greatness to make other people great. Not to step on other people's fucking heads.
Literally. And that's all The Rock can do because his ego can't take it.
And I can't.
As good as he thinks he is.
And I can't fucking stand the argument of he's The Rock. He can do whatever he wants. Again, you here to help the company progress? Like everybody else on this fucking roster did? Or are you here for Dwayne? And again, I think we knew the answer the whole time.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's always Dwayne. Just Dwayne.
Listen, man. The fans just needed, the fans needed to go home happy, bro. They needed to see the Nexus get buried.
Legendary burial.
They needed to go home happy.
Buried 7 guys. Fucking legend.
Maybe we should ask Alex Riley about John Cena's golden shovel. But I mean, even at that, bro, ever since about, hey, and if John Cena was such a fucking egotistical bastard, he probably would have fucking won the first match with The Rock. But no, he put that man over. He put a aging Rock over for no reason when he didn't have to. And then ever dude, I'd probably say about ever since like 2012, but even at that, Cena would lose. You know what I mean? Sometimes it would, always be controversial. There would be something to keep him looking strong, but there's not nothing wrong with keeping somebody looking strong. And in a case like John Cena's, sometimes you want to do that. I understand, but it's ridiculous. And to touch on that, because I keep seeing a lot of these rumors going around. A lot of people think Roman Reigns is going to keep the title. A lot of think Roman Reigns is going to keep the title. To be honest, bro, don't be shocked. I'm telling this to like every wrestling fan around the world. Keep your guards up. Do not fucking be shocked, because at the end of the day, I know people say it's not a record, and it is a third place record, but you got to think of how WWE is going to look at this. They're going to say, because it is, Hogan's reign is the longest record of the WrestleMania era, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since WrestleMania's been around, fucking Hogan's been the guy. We are 7 months away from Roman Reigns breaking that record. And I'm just saying, don't be shocked.
Expect the worst. Because guess what? If you expect the worst and he wins, you expected it. It's gonna fucking suck. But you expected it. And if you expect the worst and he loses, even better feeling. So, in cases like this, I've learned from years of watching wrestling, expect the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Then again, like Logan says, you also got to look at if Dwayne wants him and Roman for the title and not just the story, because, man.
And which is hilarious, and it goes to show how much Rock only cares about himself. He wanted to win this match, so he didn't care about him beating Hulk's record.
Yep.
But let's say they do go with that after Mania this year to do the match. That's all fucking Rock will be talking about backstage to the fucking TKO guys. It'll surpass Hulk's record, and he'll have it's just hilarious. He was just gonna beat him outright. Ugh, fucking Rock, man.
But I'm telling you guys right now, if Cody and Seth win night one, bro,
it's over with, bro.
Look out, because they're going to get the moral victory against the Bloodline, but the next night, Roman's keeping that belt. I'm telling you. I mean, it's always something I'm down for as long as they got creative and as long as he wants to show up to these shows. But again, that's kind of the problem. That's kind of why I think we probably should take the belt off of him, because I think at least WWE's not really putting much effort into his creative, and he doesn't really want to show up to these shows. But if he did want to, I'd be down with it. But obviously, creative and, showing up to at least pay-per-views, would help. But he hasn't been doing that. So that's why I've been leaning on the fence of, I mean, bro, how the fuck do you miss Perth? How the fuck do you miss Chicago for Survivor Series? I mean, come on, bro. You're the industry leader here, man. I mean, what? Come on, man. Please. But, yeah, if The Rock wants his match with Roman Reigns for the championship, guess what The Rock's going to get? He's going to get his match with Roman Reigns for the championship. Now, I do hear, rumors of The Rock, going off to film a movie. You know what I mean? For the whole entire summer. I think we talked about that last week. Dude, you wanted to win the like Sir K said, bro, you wanted to win the title? What?
You go off and do fucking movies with the title? Oh, nah. And, dude, it's the shit I'm dreading too. Even if Roman, it's Roman that keeps the title after Mania, what the fuck is he gonna do for the summer? Besides probably not be there. Another summer without the world title. That's what it would be. Because even if he is there, what the fuck could he do? You cooked all your fucking chances for matches.
That's a great that's a great question. I have no fucking idea what he would do. Shit's
gonna be ass.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know, man, but I don't know. It is quite the situation, bro. It really fucking is. It is quite the situation, and man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I'm telling you guys right now, man, keep keep your guards up when it comes to The Rock and the whole Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes situation, because man, there's always that
Yeah,
chance that Cody's fucking shoulders go down again at WrestleMania.
another rubber chicken gets thrown right in that bitch. Right on that prime bottle.
Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know,
Prime,
man.
Hello Prime. What a career.
So there was a piece of news that just came out right before we went live, and that is The Rock reports that WWE talent was told, or wait, no, The Rock's not reporting anything. I think I just said that. The Wrestling Observer reports WWE was told that because the company was publicly traded, the wishes of TKO management was to be TV PG. The feeling was that if The Rock is on the board, if anything, he should be the one following the rules to set the example.
No.
That's
way.
that is that is the way to feel about it, again, because like I just said, for the past hour, you're here for yourself, or are you here for the company? And he's letting his true colors show what he's really here for.
Oh yeah, he don't hide it at all no more. He pretends to hide it, but
Yeah,
he don't hide it at all. We all
yeah,
know. The world knows.
absolutely, absolutely, bro. Speaking of WrestleMania, the WrestleVotes reports the indication from sources suggests that we'll see up to 4 more WrestleMania matches announced for the event, as now the working plan is to feature 7 matches per night on the main
Ooh,
card.
did they do something last year?
I believe so. I believe
Oh,
they did
okay.
about 7 last year. So
I think that's a fine, like, average.
yeah, I definitely take that over 19 on one night. So
19. Oh, fuck.
so
Ugh,
let's
this shit
see.
is fucked.
Okay, so last year's night 1 had 8, and
Mm,
last year's night 2 had 7. So that was
okay.
like perfect.
Exactly. Keep it in that range. Like from 6 to 8 each night. That's fine range.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so that is the news on, I guess, the amount of WrestleMania matches. So expect 4 more matches to be announced. And as for those matches, I'm not exactly sure what they can be.
Yeah, isn't like everything announced at this point? Like,
They
basically.
got the US title, they got the IC title. I guess technically they haven't gotten anything for the women's tag titles yet. That's if they're gonna do something for those. Oh, maybe there are 2 showcase matches.
Oh, yeah. Probably 2 showcase and then the women's tag. They'll probably do something with the whole Indy and Candace thing. Who
Right.
knows?
Yeah. So so that is the news on WrestleMania and their um card management, if you will. Um so Speaking of WrestleMania as well, the Wrestling Observer reports the belief right now is that Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and John Cena will have a hand in WrestleMania 40 in some form. However, this will depend on how much they are willing to do and budget for said appearances. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Austin's been one I've been thinking about for a minute, because they just everybody keeps talking about how Cody and Seth are outnumbered in their fight against the Bloodline. Obviously, who's The Rock's biggest, enemy, his, greatest rival, Stone Cold.
Mhm.
I honestly think we're gonna get Stone Cold in some form in that, maybe in that Bloodline Rules match, or maybe in the tag match or whatever. So I think Austin's going to be there in some capacity, and I think it's just going to be a typical, Rock thing where he's going to, want, just a bunch of people involved in the match to make the match seem bigger than it is. So, as for Undertaker, I know he went on his podcast, the whatever 6 inches under podcast, or 6 feet under or something, or whatever the fuck it's whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
And he was talking about expressing concern to like return to the ring. And then John Cena did say he was available. So I don't know what form they're going to use them in, but I could absolutely see Austin coming out to attack The Rock for sure.
I could definitely see it. I think it'd be okay, man. Be cool to see him. I think it'd be fine, and it would make sense at the end of the day. I'm okay with it.
For sure. Me too, definitely. So yeah, that is the news on, I guess, potential WrestleMania appearances. We just talked about the women's tag team championships at WrestleMania. Speaking of the women's tag titles, PW Insider is reporting that Asuka, or according to Goldberg, Asuka.
Ooh. Oh, good old Goldberg, dude.
Talk about a guy that's only in the business for himself. Fucking motherfucker. So, PW Insider reports that Asuka hurt her knee during this past Friday's WWE SmackDown, confirmed by multiple sources. Asuka was pulled from the weekend live events out of caution, and so the medical test could be done to confirm whether it was something Asuka could work through or whether she had a larger injury. Yeah, this sucks, dude. Literally 3 weeks before WrestleMania. This sucks, man. And I really hope, I really hope that this is nothing big, so they can do something, of substance at WrestleMania, man, and not have to vacate those tag team championships right before the show. But yeah, dude. This sucks, man. This sucks. This is very heartbreaking, dude. This close to WrestleMania, man. I mean, really, what are the odds here?
Definitely, man. It sucks. She's part of one of the best stories they got. If Rock wasn't there to, take all the TV time. But she's part of one of the best stories they got right now. And it sucks to see her possibly be injured. And, they got to change it all up because of injury. That shit's always the worst, man.
Absolutely, bro. Speaking of more injuries, Nick Aldis comments on the speculation of him being injured. Obviously, there was the rumors going around day before. Nick Aldis, day before, yesterday, so 2 days ago. He comments on it. He says, "Yes, I just got out of surgery for a ruptured biceps tendon. And yes, the sheets had written it within minutes. God bless him. Must be a slow news day. Anyway, it was a freak accident. I'm on the mend, and I will continue to fulfill my obligations." Yeah, this sucks, bro. Obviously, Nick Aldis still works out. I'm sure he still trains in the ring just to keep himself ring ready at all times. And he, like he says here, he ruptured his biceps tendon. So that sucks, man. That absolutely sucks. But thankfully, according to him here, he's still able to fulfill his obligations and as a GM for now. So that's good nonetheless. But I do wish him, as well as Asuka, a speedy recovery. For Asuka, if anything serious, but I wish him a speedy recovery as always.
Exactly, man. If Asuka, I just hope, it isn't serious, but if it is, that everything recovers well. And same with Nick Aldis, man. That shit always sucks. He's still in the gym. He's still probably training in the PC and just doing shit to be ready, man. And that shit always sucks. So, I just hope he gets healed up soon, man. But
Definitely,
like,
man.
the fact that they knew the second after he gets surgery is wild. Like,
I know.
who do you call to like get that information?
Yeah.
How'd you know in the first place? You know what I mean? It's wild.
Mm, my guess, because I doubt dirt sheets are in with the. Maybe they do know people at like the WWE's Birmingham, Alabama medical location. Um,
I mean, at
maybe
the end of the day, medical people, you slide them any type of money and they'll do anything.
exactly. Either that or he told somebody in WWE, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Somebody in
You might
talent
find out.
relations, and then that kind of rippled down. But going back to the Undertaker here, for a second. The Undertaker, during his 6 feet under, or the 6 inch under podcast, stated The Undertaker versus Sting never happened because Vince didn't want it. This is a very interesting. Piece of news because it just really goes to show. And this was the year of 2011 that everybody was like thinking this match was going to happen. And it almost brings me back to that CM Punk promo where he tells Vince McMahon, "You are so out of touch. You don't know what makes a star in 2011."
Boy, did he not.
Bro, this man was going to bring in Sting to face the fucking Undertaker. And I just remember being so excited as a kid. Those sick ass vignettes, dude, of the fucking guy standing out in a cabin in the middle of the woods in the fucking pouring rain. It was raining fucking cats and dogs outside. And there's a guy standing in the middle, on the porch, in the middle of the forest, in a fucking creepy cabin, standing there with a trench coat on. And I just remember being so excited, bro. And that fucking episode came up, and the fucking Undertaker just came out. What? Bro.
Oh, Vince, dude. That man fucking blew.
Dude, 2011, bro, WrestleMania 27, dude, is supposed to be Sting versus The Undertaker. Plans fell through. How the fuck do you not want to see Sting versus The Undertaker? And that was in the era where Undertaker was fucking still putting on bangers. Like, bro, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand it, man. I really don't, bro. But just goes to show how out of touch Vince McMahon was. And Logan said this last night, but it probably had a lot to do with the reason of Vince didn't want people to want Sting to break the Undertaker streak. But at the end of the day, Vince, you're booking the shit. Just have Undertaker go over. That was when the Undertaker streak was intact.
Like, no one would have batted an eye if Sting would have lost. Be like, oh, yep, even Sting couldn't do it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been bad on Sting at all. He wouldn't have looked bad at all at it. Oh, I hate when they do that type of shit, dude.
Definitely. But yeah, man, so we can all thank Vince for the Undertaker and Sting never happening. And then he had another chance to do it at WrestleMania 31 when Sting and Taker were on the same show. And he put Sting versus Triple H. And Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Which Bray should have won. Anyways, Bray would have been one of my candidates to break the streak if you were ever going to.
Imagine Bray versus Sting, man. Never got it.
Damn.
Should have been fire, dude.
It really
should have
would
been
have.
so fire.
It really would have, bro. But yeah, man. So we can all thank Vince for that mega dream match never happening. Good old
Classic, man.
Vince.
just added on to the fucking list a mile long. It's like a CVS receipt. It's just fucking goes on forever. Just a list of fucking horrible shit.
Seriously. Seriously, bro. See, I mean, I like the idea of Taker versus Bray, but dude, Bray having to build that feud completely on his own because the Undertaker didn't show up because the streak had just been broken. The Undertaker didn't fucking show up for a calendar year and didn't, you know, didn't help Bray build to that at all. I don't know, man. I would have just liked a more traditional. Well, first off, I would have liked the streak intact and an actual build because I think they could have done some really cool stuff. But, you know, I guess, you know, Vince wanted Undertaker to sit home and not be seen until WrestleMania itself to question if he was alive or who fucking knows what the fuck Vince thought or was going on in his head. Clearly not much. But with that, man, speaking of Bray Wyatt, no. Ah, oh, god damn it. Okay. Here we go. Ah, there we are. All right. Okay, never mind. Dude, I literally just had the story, bro. Okay. Here we go. There we are. Streaming on Peacock April 1st, there will be a documentary about Bray Wyatt titled Becoming Immortal, narrated by The Undertaker, and special appearances such from those as Bray Wyatt's family, Bo Dallas, Mike Rotunda, and John Cena, Becky Lynch, and others.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, obviously we all heard about this, bro. So apparently the idea is to not induct Bray into the Hall of Fame this year, but thus just give him the big documentary for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, induct him a different year. I really like the narration from The Undertaker. I heard Joe Gacy has a big part in this as well. Dude, this looks so fucking good. This looks so good. I remember hearing a while ago that Bo was, you know, filming content for a Bray Wyatt thing. And it looks like this is it. A, you know, Peacock documentary. And dude, I'm so excited for this, bro. I'm really so excited for this, man. And I am just so excited to peel back the curtain on one of the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest character I think we've ever seen.
Truly, man. You know, tragic loss too soon, man. In this documentary, you know, I'm just gonna bring the waterworks out when we watch that shit. It looks phenomenal, man. Just like the trailer was getting me, man. Just watching Bo look at all the masks on the table and shit. Oh, it's gonna hit, man. It looks amazing, and I just can't wait to watch it, man. I'm so glad they're doing this.
Definitely, man. It really is an awesome thing. It really is an awesome thing, man. And yeah, when they played it during Raw, I was kind of getting a little teary eyed even then.
Mm-hmm.
So man, it looks incredible. It really does. It looks awesome, and I'm just over the moon stoked with this documentary. Just off the trailer alone, I'm just super stoked with it, and I'm excited to see what comes of it, man. And it looks so incredible, dude. It really does.
It really does, man. I really can't wait.
So, moving on here. All right, WWE. WWE, man. WWE is apparently high on Oba Femi.
Mm.
Oba Femi's rise to the NXT North American Championship has left brand officials impressed. Fightful Select reports that Oba is considered by WWE a potential future champion. Oba Femi has surprised everyone with his rapid developments in a short period of time. Behind the scenes, he is seen as the complete package, highlighting his untapped potential. His untapped potential. WWE is in no rush to bring Oba Femi to the main roster, recognizing his value as a source of limitless talent. I'm not too familiar with Oba Femi. The last thing I heard about him, and this was before he won the North American title, was that he's all right. So it's nice to see that he's making progression, and it seems like people like him. Again, I'm not too familiar with the whole NXT, thing going on over there. Other than a few things, Ilya, the Don, Carmelo trick, obviously, but don't really pay too much attention to their mid card. Other than fucking Joe Gacy jumping out of fucking dumpsters and shit. But whatever. But I have heard he's all right. I have heard he's pretty good, man. So this is nothing but a good thing. I was also hearing rumors that people see him as a WrestleMania main eventer. So, I mean, granted, they do say that about everybody that they think's pretty good. But I just have to wait and see. But I'm happy that things are working out for him.
Definitely, I'm glad to see. And I'm glad to see, you see a lot nowadays where, company higher-ups are just looking at NXT and be like, wow, that person's good, I can't wait to get them on the main roster. It's obviously a new regime thing, and I love that element of it. Not too familiar with Oba Femi, as I just don't watch NXT. I do not peek at that shit, well, for 70, not even 70, 90% of it. But I hear he's good, I always hear good things about him, so, good to see, man. I hope I get to see him, on the main roster eventually.
Definitely. All right, man. Ronda Rousey, man. So, according to Ronda, she states, apparently this was all in a book that everything I'm about to read for you guys is in a book that WWE, or not WWE, that she just came out with. Yeah, that's the thing you got to watch out with for WWE. The Gable Steveson comparisons to Kurt Angle. I mean, give me a fucking break, man. Give me a break.
Is kind of similar to somebody else. Oh, they're the next blah 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 every time.
Yep.
Every fucking time.
Yeah. And they see a guy coming from an Olympic background. Oh, Kurt Angle. That's Kurt. Which honestly, the guy that probably comes close to Kurt is the guy that they fucking snubbed from fucking WrestleMania this year. Chad Gable. Bro, I was talking about it on Monday. 2 Mondays ago. The Monday that they did the gauntlet match. Bro. Chad Gable is so fucking smooth in that ring. It really is something that kind of does remind you of Kurt Angle a little bit, because
how smooth he is, bro. He just be moving.
Dude, he is incredibly smooth and fluent. He makes shit look easy, bro. He really does.
Truly, man, truly.
Yeah, bro. But Ronda Rousey states that she does not intend to ever return to WWE and calls the company a shit show. Well, it seems like Ronda does have her own reasons for that, but I will say, just from a talent perspective, sayonara. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. However, her
Never travel, man.
reasons,
Please.
according to the Wrestling Observer, Ronda Rousey felt WWE was a misogynistic culture, and by the time she left, despised Vince McMahon, but remained friendly with Stephanie and had positive things to say about Triple H. Was also noted that while she despised Vince, she to this day loves Dana White. So Ronda pretty much exposed a lot, which I'm assuming was from the Vince era, being that it says, here, she had nothing but positive things to say about Triple H. She talked about how there was guys in higher positions trying to get the female talent to, partake in activities so they can get TV time. So she completely exposed, which is just another fucking punch in the gut to the whole Vince McMahon era and his regime, rather. The whole Vince McMahon regime. Another punch in the gut, man. You got somebody like Ronda Rousey coming out here exposing not only stuff that people in positions were doing with the paralegal, but what they were trying to do with talent as well. So, goddamn, man. Ronda dropping the hammer. Yet again, another hammer dropped on the Vince McMahon regime.
Exactly. Another insight, another perspective of exactly what's going on, or what was going on under their regime, man. And it sucks, that all happened, man. But it just fucking stabilizes. Is the word. Just fuck. You know what I mean? It just makes everything that in already came out about that whole regime and everything they were doing more legit, even more legit than it already was.
Definitely, man. Speaking of some more news on some possible returns, according to SE Scoops, AJ Lee reportedly wants a memorable return rather than a one-time appearance.
Hell yeah.
Bro, are we on the cusp of seeing a fucking AJ Lee return in WWE?
I think so, to be honest. I think it's coming up in like a year or a year and a half. Year and a half, I could see it, genuinely.
Which, I always wonder why she didn't do it when Punk was in AEW. Well, in the beginning, when everything was cool with CM Punk and stuff. But obviously, as time went on, CM Punk probably told her, no, don't, I wouldn't make your return there. But the thing is, another thing that probably has to do with it is I think she filmed some show, in some sort of wrestling show. And I remember hearing about her having an itch to get back, and I remember CM Punk was like training with her and stuff. So this is gonna be very interesting, bro. But I think, dude, I honestly think, bro, maybe by next year's Royal Rumble, maybe next year's WrestleMania, dude, we may actually be seeing an AJ Lee return. Which I'm not sure what she's looking at in age. Let me do a quick little Google search here. Okay, so she's 37.
Oh, okay. That ain't bad at all nowadays.
No, yeah, it's really not. Yeah, that's really not bad at all. And she's still got time if she wants to do it, bro. She's still got a lot of time, man. And obviously, I don't know anybody that wouldn't be down for an AJ Lee return.
Exactly, dude. That sounds amazing. And I think it's coming at this point. I really do. I think we might get it in the next year and a half, man. Definitely.
For sure, man. For sure. So, according to Under the Ring, Josh Barnett has spoken to Malachi Black about doing Bloodsport.
Hmm.
And he also said he would love to see Chad Gable participate in the event. I don't know what GCW got going on, bro, but they are fucking ramping this fucking Bloodsport tournament up, bro.
That shit's crazy.
Seriously, and I'm rocking with it, bro. I'm rocking with it. I'm glad that Josh Barnett sees something singles-wise in Malachi Black that fucking Tony Khan can't. And as for Chad Gable, hey, I can't blame him, bro. I can't blame him. I would want Chad Gable in my tournament too, bro. So, looking to be a good tournament, man. If you guys are fans of GCW, it's looking to be a pretty good tournament, man.
Definitely, man. It's looking up to be pretty good, and especially if they actually get all these people, it's gonna go great, man. So I'm happy for them, and I'm glad that they're trying to do all that, man. It's really impressive.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli were in the original version of the AEW Tag Title Tournament, but Moxley has been banged up and has dates in Mexico and Japan over the next few weeks. Yeah, I think this is finally when they're culminating their CMLL beef. At least the Mexico part of it. I don't know if they're gonna come back to the States to do some more stuff, but looks like they're going over to their turf. All right.
Look at that, man.
And he's got dates in Japan. You know, the AEW, it would have been obviously very nice to see them in the AEW Tag Team Title Tournament, bro. They've been a legit team. Didn't they beat FTR at Revolution just to go away? So
I think so.
I don't know why you didn't give FTR the win and so those guys can take a bit of a break, but I don't know what the logic behind that one was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they're not in the tournament. Like I said, I don't know why they're not in the tournament, but the fucking infantry are. And the House of Black aren't. I mean, the tournament all around is just, it's pretty fucked. It's made for the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks, should win the tournament, but, so I've seen a lot of people coming to the defense of like, oh, well, Tony Khan thinks Jon Moxley's a god. That's why you can't put him in the tournament. This isn't a singles tournament. Jon Moxley doesn't have to get pinned.
Exactly. It would have been fine. You could just have fucking Claudio get pinned if you really don't want Mox to lose for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know what
like,
his obsession with that is, but like, you could just have the other guy pinned.
yeah, it's like, I didn't understand that at all, and I seen people talking about that. It's like, I understand, Jon Moxley is like the fucking King Kong of your promotion. That's all well and dandy, but Jon Moxley doesn't have to get pinned. It's a fucking tag team situation. Just have Claudio take the pin. And it's like, if Claudio takes the pin, he's not going to be buried. Everybody knows he's being fucking treated great in AEW. The guy's on TV almost every fucking week. It's like you're not burying the guy at all. He's in a legit group. He's being treated leagues better than he was in WWE. So, it's fine. I don't get it.
No, I have no clue what their fucking mentality is here, but I think it would have made the tournament a little bit better, but it's not suffering without them, man. So it is what it is, man. They could go do what they gotta do with fucking Bore MML and finish it up and come back, man.
Definitely, man. So, that, with that, man, moving to our final story for today. Tony Khan.
This fucking guy.
Man, this dude. Tony Khan still blames Jack Perry for costing him CM Punk. Wow.
That's wild.
So,
Blaming yourself there, bud, but it's a whole conversation.
in 2021, CM Punk made waves by joining AEW, quickly becoming a prominent figure. He clinched the AEW World Championship at Double or Nothing 2022, but his reign was hindered by injuries and a suspension following a controversial incident at AEW All Out 2022. Despite a comeback in June 2023, an incident involving Jack Perry led to his contract termination. However, Punk shocked fans by coming back to WWE at Survivor Series 2023, signaling a new phase in his career. As for Jack Perry, he would make his way to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he is known as the Scapegoat. He wasn't fucking lying. And
Apparently, it is.
and competed in the New Japan Cup. He debuted in New Japan by tearing up an AEW contract, which made fans wonder if he and AEW are on bad terms. While speaking on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Jack Perry... Oh my God.
Wow. Oh, folks. Literally a ton. What?
As we're talking about this, guys... Okay, I'm going to read that one afterwards. Okay, while speaking on... Well, I'll read you guys the title to give you... Jack Perry denied request for AEW release. This man... Holy fuck. Okay.
Tony Khan is really leaving this fucking guy on red. It's wild.
How... Bro,
is that illegal? That can't be legal.
I wonder if he turned off his read receipts or not. Or if it just says delivered, or if it actually says red. That's crazy.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Insane.
Well, we'll get to that in just a second. But while speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted Jack Perry hasn't been fired from AEW, but he's not currently being utilized. Meltzer suggested that Tony Khan is upset with Perry because he believes Perry's actions led to the departure of CM Punk, and Perry is receiving the blame for it. He says he has not been fired. He's absolutely not been fired, but they're not using him. Essentially, Tony Khan's really mad at him because he cost him CM Punk. He's getting the blame. He probably should have been suspended for a month or two. Where are we at? 7 months now? 7 months. It's ridiculous. The punishment does not fit the crime at this point.
Oh, fuck no. It doesn't.
Man.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I said it a minute ago when back when he debuted, or, back when he fucking returned in New Japan and shit. Listen, is what Jack Perry did wrong? Yeah. He fucking fought a guy backstage. Obviously, you get suspended, you come back, whatever. How many times has fucking Guevara done it? But, dog, he really is a scapegoat at this point, because I am a firm believer, at the end of the day, although what Jack Perry did was wrong, it was going to be anybody at that point. Punk wanted it. He was inviting it for people to come and argue with him and eventually fight him so he can get fired. Jack Perry just took the bait. It could have been anybody. It could have been Guevara. It could have been Max Caster that took the bait. Any of these guys could have took that bait. And yeah, you are at fault for taking that bait because you're a dumbass. But you deserve to be basically fucking blacklisted from the company for that as well. And at the end of the day, that was the end of CM Punk. He was gonna leave anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not Jack Perry. It's, as much as I love him, the Young Bucks and Tony Khan's fault. Tony Khan more than anybody. You didn't be a fucking boss, and that's why you lost him. and you want to blame it on Jack Perry? That's wild. That's wild as fuck. That's wrong. And it really is a scapegoat. I was making fun of that name, and apparently he is. He's just not answering them. First of all, that can't be legal. You can't have someone under contract and you just don't conversate with that person at all. It's gotta be fucking illegal, first of all. And second of all, like, just release the guy. Yeah, you obviously hate him now for some fucking reason because you cost CM Punk. You're like, and another thing, I'm a firm believer that although what Jack Perry was doing was stupid, I thought, and to me, Jack Perry was just doing that to get heel heat, just to try to, be a heel, and he was just doing dumb shit. I don't think he was really malicious in his beef with CM Punk. I think he was just doing that shit, especially what he did on All Out that, got him sucker punched and fucking, he was just doing it for a fan reaction. I think that's all he was doing, and it backfired like a motherfucker. CM Punk is now injured, waiting to come back in WWE, but I feel bad for Jack Perry, dude. That's fucked. That ain't right.
I think a lot of it honestly had to do with a little bit of immaturity too. I think personally what I think Jack seen the dirt sheets and seeing that, Punk kind of bitched him out for wanting to use real glass. And I think, no pun intended, I think he didn't want to look like a punk. I think he didn't want to look like a bitch, and I think he wanted to go out there and say this stuff about CM Punk, make the real glass joke so it looks like he won it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
get the last word in.
exactly. So, but Tony, you're pointing the finger at one guy, you got fucking 3 other fingers pointed back at yourself, bro. You're blaming Jack Perry when the person you really need to be blaming is yourself. And again, you're going to put the blame on Jack Perry, but you're not going to, so the Bucks aren't going to take any kind of accountability for this. You're not going to take any kind of accountability for this. It's fucking Jack Perry, which Jack Perry was just the fish that fucking just so happened to swim up to the bait and grab it. CM Punk's problems didn't stem from Jack Perry. Let's go to the root of the problem. The Bucks, Kenny, the Elite, the whole EVP situation. You should have nipped that in the bud as soon as it fucking started. And you wouldn't have had this problem at all. And you're so mad at him for costing you CM Punk. I'm sorry, but if a guy gets in a fight and then afterwards proceeds to say, I hate this fucking place, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to keep that guy around in your locker room because he's not going to be there for the company. He clearly is unhappy and he wants out. You needed to let Punk go anyway. And again, you need to not blame a guy like Jack fucking Perry for the situation, and you need to fucking be looking at the person who's really at fault for the situation, and that's you, Tony. You should have stopped all this shit before they even pressed go.
Exactly. Fucking wild.
So now, let me load this story up, because golly.
That's crazy, dude. Like, wow. You need to request it. That means they aren't talking to him at all. Like, I'm sure there are no plans to bring him back right now.
And the reason I knew there was substance to this, because Tony Khan did an interview and he was asked, hey, Dave Meltzer was talking about you and Jack Perry, man. And all he had to say was, yeah, Jack's a great wrestler. He's doing great stuff in New Japan. He kind of just shrugged it off. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so Jack Perry made his debut with New Japan Pro Wrestling at Battle in the Valley this year, where he attacked Shota Umino. Since then, he participated in the New Japan Junior Cup tournament and aligned himself with the House of Torture faction. Oh, fuck. This marked Jack Perry's final wrestling appearance in AEW. This marked Perry's final wrestling appearance since AEW All In London, where he was involved in a backstage altercation with CM Punk, leading to his suspension and CM Punk's departure from AEW. Reports suggest that AEW CEO Tony Khan was displeased with Perry over the incident. However, Khan stated in a recent interview that Perry would return to AEW. Perry has clarified he requested his release from AEW after the AEW All In London, but it was denied. He claimed that despite not hearing from Tony Khan for 2 months after the incident, he did not initiate contact to apologize. Khan later arranged, like I said, with the immaturity. Khan later arranged a meeting before Full Gear where they discussed Perry's potential return. However, plans changed due to CM Punk's WWE return at Survivor Series. Oh my God. Although Perry wanted to compete at New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, logistical issues prevented it. He worked with Rocky Romero and Khan to organize his New Japan run. Despite being under contract with AEW, Perry stated there are no current plans for him to return, and he hasn't spoken to Khan in months. I never.
Another sentence I found, which is even wilder.
Additionally, Perry has not received clearance for his storyline actions in AEW, such as tearing up his AEW contract, oh my God, at New Japan Battle in the Valley, adopting the nickname Scapegoat. All right,
That's why he did that shit. So, another quote, according to those who've spoken to Jack Perry, he was, sent home after All In and Wembley, never heard back from Tony Khan. He apologized, kept texting about how he never meant to cause any trouble, and was sorry. He did hear from the company through lawyers, then talked, and he apologized to Khan. Oh, dude, that shit was for real when he ripped up his contract.
Oh,
dude, this is one of the pillars. That's the best part about this, bro. This man's a pillar.
Man.
Ooh, that ain't good. I think it's over with at this point with him and them. It ain't looking too good. Yeah, obviously, Jack Perry's immature, but at the end of the day, he's young, dog. What the fuck do you expect from most of these young guys? Look at Punk. He'd have done probably the same shit when he was that age. You know what I mean? Not, again, not saying it's okay, but dog, bruh. You doing all this, bruh? It ain't all that, bro. Come on. That's wild.
Wow. See, here's where we get a bit of conflicting reports, because, in here it says he claimed despite not hearing from Khan for 2 months after the incident, he did not initiate contact to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait to give a take on that one.
Definitely.
I'll wait to give a take on that one, because that really determines Jack Perry's maturity levels. If it's true that he did not initiate contact to apologize, very immature move. But if he did, that's very immature on Tony Khan's part.
Yeah.
Bro.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. A lot to unpack here. So, he asked for his release after All In London, and it was denied. And he did not hear from Tony Khan for 2 months after the incident. Oh my God. Bro.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. Now, they arranged a meeting before Full Gear where they discussed Jack Perry's return.
Okay.
Plans changed due to fucking CM Punk being at WWE. How the fuck does that alter your plans?
I think it's TK's immaturity. I think he saw Punk go back, and he just fucking lost it at that point. He was like, okay, you're not coming back. Like, what the fuck you expect the guy to do? Go home and stay home forever? Come back to you guys?
I was gonna say, you know what? That's probably exactly what happened. Now that you say that, that man, because we all know what I think once he heard those rumors, I think that's why they did that whole Will Ospreay debacle at Full Gear. Because I think Tony Khan got flustered because I think Tony Khan was like, nothing to worry about. He's not fucking going back to WWE. We could terminate him. He's not going back to WWE. He hates WWE, right? Then what happened? Fucking Paul Levesque fucking picked up the phone and called CM Punk, right? So I think once Tony Khan heard that, and I think it was a couple weeks before, like it says here, before Full Gear, I think he was like, yo, Jack, we're going to bring you back. I think once he heard that, he got flustered. It was like, you know what, dude? Fuck you. You cost me him. I'm going to get Will Ospreay, as if that fucking is a logical explanation for all this. But,
it is Tony Khan at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. He's willing to mark out for the signing, right? The fucking see you in 5 months promo. Wow. I could absolutely see that. Happening, man. Let's see. So despite being under contract with AEW, Perry stated that there are no current plans for his return and he hasn't spoken to Khan in months.
Left him on red, bro.
Wow. He really fucking did, bro. He left him on open. God damn.
Man, that ain't right, dude. Like, again, Jack Perry immature as fuck, obviously. But, like, at that level of just basically blacklisting him, it's wild. It's insane.
And he has not received any clearance for his storyline actions in New Japan Pro Wrestling, such as tearing up his AEW contract. So, in other words,
that's how he really felt.
He dead ass wanted to rip up his contract and be done with AEW.
Dude,
holy fuck,
need that man to finish the story with CM Punk and WWE.
Oh,
That would melt TK's brain.
Man, this is insane. This is insane, bro. I can't believe how.
At the end of the day, this could be at work, and they could be doing this to spike interest in his return. That is a possibility.
That's the other thing. They could just be working the dirt sheets.
They could be. They very well. But at the end of the day, no matter what, there's a little element of truth for this, even if it is at work. That's just the way I see TK rolling.
100%.
Just feeling that way about somebody after that. Even, if he does return and it is work, those feelings were there with Tony Khan. And I will bet money on that.
And here's the thing. I would honestly say I'm more leaning to the side of Jack Perry wanted to apologize, because out of all these years in AEW, all the years that Jack Perry spent in AEW, 4 years, can you name a time Jack Perry got into fucking trouble?
It was fine for like a long time. It was literally just that.
So I could absolutely see Jack just kind of, genuinely being sorry and not wanting to cause any trouble legitimately. And he should not be getting the fucking blame. To this extent, what I'm reading is fucking insane. I mean, we're talking about Jack Perry possibly being immature. We need to look at Tony Khan, bro.
Like genuinely, I don't think Jack Perry thought it was going to get to that level of like, damn, they just fired him. Like, holy shit.
Dude.
He
It's
probably just didn't think it would blow up that much.
it's been 7 months. 7 months. And Jack Perry's been gone. All because CM Punk wanted out any fucking way.
And he just basically used it. Again, yeah, Perry took the bait. He's a dumbass. But again, you have a lot of dumbasses. You employ some, or more often, dumbasses than others. Why aren't you doing this to Guevara? Guevara's a fucking constant fuck up in terms of the shit he does. And Jack Perry does one big one that he probably really didn't think was gonna blow up that much. Like, yeah, he's a dumbass for taking the bait and fighting CM Punk
Right.
and giving us the best CM Punk entrance of all time. But
It could have
and
been
then
anybody.
it literally, especially with the way those guys work back there, it could have been anybody. It could have been fucking Andrade, for all they care. A guy that that doesn't even value the company that much. That's wild.
Definitely. I think CM Punk smelt a little bit of beef with Jack Perry, and he decided to use it to his advantage to get out of the company, and that's exactly what happened. And again, like Meltzer said in the last article we read, the fucking punishment does not fit the crime, for Christ's sake. And I mean, to discuss a return and then shoo him back away because you're upset at CM Punk going back to WWE, dude, again, he wanted out. He wanted out, and Jack Perry's not the root of the problem. If you fucking cut a tree down, if you cut a fucking bush down, the fucking bush leaves are gonna grow back. You know what I mean? But if you don't want the fucking bush to go back, you gotta rip it out, to grow back. You gotta rip it out from the fucking roots. Jack Perry was a leaf. The Young Bucks and the old EVP situation was the root of the problem.
If you would have fixed that problem and they would have had that little beef, nothing would have happened. Everybody, yeah, Punk probably would have gotten annoyed and be like, damn, a lot of motherfuckers in this company are immature. But, you know, at that point, he'd be cool with the ones he really didn't like, and it'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. They would have just punished Jack Perry for doing that and moved on with it. But they didn't. Did the EVPs do much to stop Jack Perry from doing what he was doing? Nah, because they didn't. They probably thought it was fucking funny at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So where were the EVPs and you stopping him from doing that pissed him off in the first place? Kinda. At the end of the day, like Logan says, the biggest person to blame is himself.
Yeah. CM Punk, yeah. And that's all Tony Khan did in that situation. The fucking, the bush was growing too many fucking leaves, and all he did was pull out his hedger and fucking start trimming away at the leaves instead of ripping the fucking bush out from the ground, from the roots. I mean, come on, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that, again, like Turkey said, this man's punishment is fucking damn near being blacklisted from the company.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous, man. But yeah, man, Tony Khan is looks like Tony Khan's still mad at Jack Perry, man. Looks like he's still mad at Jack Perry. And with that, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been another great edition of the podcast. This has been episode 206 of the news. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here on today's episode, man. Again, this has been episode 206, man. Thank you guys so much. By the way, I forgot to say what's up to Gotti. Thank you so much for joining, bro.
What's up, Gotti, bro? How are you?
Thank you guys so much for joining us, man. Everybody that joined us today, man. Logan, Bell, Durante, Gotti. Thank you guys so much for all being here. And it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the news. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 206 of the Notorious Heels podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick. to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck with
Here I am,
the
I'll be
envy.
damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grit. It's the mood killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender. Looking cold booty like your pussy in December. Nigga, stop bitching, button up your lippin'. From method, all you gettin' is the